So let's say you had a customer contact you for something like a basic wash or a wash and wax. And when you get there, or perhaps before you get there, the customer says, hey, look, I also have these water spots on there. They've been there for a while. I've washed my car myself. They haven't came off. Can you do something about it? Now, the wrong thing to do would say something like, "Oh, you know what? Of course, the wash is gonna handle them, no problem. After I'm done with the wash and wax, whatever it may be, then they'll be gone." You're basically shooting yourself in the foot at that point. And you can use this for any type of scenario. Maybe it's a little bird poo etching. Maybe it was some bugs that have been on the front end of the car, and they ask you, "Hey, look, I have this problem. Whatever it may be, these bug guts have been on the front of my car. Can you remove them?" And you're gonna say, "Yeah, you know what? That's no problem. I'll do it with the wash. It's gonna come out like new condition." And when you actually come to wash the car, or to wash the car to remove the front end bugs, or to try to remove those water spots, they're still there. Now, it could turn to a very bad situation in terms of meeting the customer's expectations, because maybe the primary thing they wanted you to handle was those water spots or those bugs on the front end, and you couldn't accomplish it with just the basic service you're providing. So let's say if it is that wash, the wash didn't remove the water spots, or the wash couldn't fully remove the bug etchings or the bird poo etching. And now you'll find yourself in a scenario where you promised or you guaranteed of some sort that the problem would come out and it didn't. So now you're saying, well, how do I remove these water spots? How to remove this problem now that I already stated I would get them out? Am I not going to make the customer happy? Is this what they're going to pay me for? Are they going to get mad? Are they not going to pay me now because I don't accomplish what they wanted? What do I do? The point or lesson I'm trying to make here is, don't assume what you think you can fix or not fix. Always go with the assumption that it's much more difficult than what it seems like, that you're not going to be able to reach the exact expectations that the customer wants. Because if it is water spots on the car and they want them removed, and you say, oh, okay, look, I'll give it the wash and I'll see what happens. If the water spots aren't removed by the wash, then now that is another service you have to perform on the car, which means you are now going to have to spend more time, and you're going to charge them more money for that extra service that they want. Because the wash is going to clean, obviously, the loose dirt is going to get the car looking, decent again. But if you want to remove those water spots, it's a whole different process, which will be more time and money for you on your end. So to not disappoint the customer and to not hurt yourself because you're not going to make as much per hour, always assume it's either going to take longer, you don't know what the problem is, and you'll see what you can do once you actually get there. You don't want to promise something you've never even touched or seen. You always want to give yourself a bit of a gap to work with. So if your customer does contact you saying, hey, look, I want this service done and I have this specific problem here as well, can you take care of that? Instead of going, full-fledged, hey, look, of course I can. I know exactly what to do. I'll get that done in XYZ for X amount of dollars. You've got to say something like, well, because I haven't seen the condition, I don't know what I'm going against. I don't know what it is. So the best thing I can do is go there and, I analyze it, diagnose it, and see how much I can get out. And then if that's, if you're happy with those results, then I'll do the entire, whatever problem it is. But I can't guarantee any results just because I haven't seen it and I don't know how it's going to react to any of the products or systems that I try to work with it. Because saying that will put you in a much better situation, because now you're giving yourself that gap to play around and saying, okay, I didn't tell him or her that I'm gonna, completely 110% fix this problem, but I also didn't say I don't know what I'm doing. So now there's this gap between, okay, I can do with what I have and I can get maybe 60, 80%, and maybe they'll be okay with that, but I didn't tell them that I was gonna get 100% and completely disappoint them and, show myself that maybe I don't know what I'm doing, even though I said I could, but I actually couldn't deliver on those results. And don't get scared or intimidated to go this route. I know a lot of detailers that don't want to say that they can't do it, or that they'll charge more because they don't want to have that conversation or confrontation with the customer saying, hey, look, it will cost you more, it is going to take more time. Either you're nervous to say that, you're timid, you're not experienced enough, you don't want to lose any customers, you're just starting, so you want all the money possible, so you're willing to give up that time and money to just make them happy. I get it, but at some point you have to say, look, I could do it, but it's gonna be completely aside from what I'm doing now because it involves a different process. It's gonna be XYZ much more money, and it's gonna take me this amount more time to complete it. So if you want, I most certainly can, but it is completely different than what I'm currently doing right now for what you called me out here for. And you want to get into this habit very, very quickly. That way the customer isn't taking advantage of you, not because they know what they're doing as far as I'm gonna take advantage of this person, he's just gonna give me all his services, but more so because you yourself can't manage what the customer can get from you. If they say, hey look, can you do this, this, and this, and you respond appropriately, saying yes, of course, but each one is gonna be a different process and it will cost more money to do X, Y, Z, and instead of just being the yes man or woman and saying yes I can, yes I can, yes I can to every single part of the car that they want cleaned, whatever specific need they want. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. As a recap, don't guarantee or give any types of promises that you're able to fix their problem without properly seeing it and diagnosing it and analyzing it and see what you can do and how well you can fix that problem. Because if you say yes I absolutely can and then you can't, you're gonna disappoint the customer. So instead, give yourself a gap saying, hey, I need to see it first. Let me see what I can do. I'll show you if you're happy with the results. We can go through with it all the way. But before then, the best thing I can say right now is I'll have to look at it. And lastly, don't be scared to say, hey, look, it's gonna cost more. It's gonna take more time. So if you do want that done, I'll have to charge you more because I'll spend more time and it is a different process. It's your call. So hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Like this video, subscribe, check the link description down in the box below, and I'll see you on the next one.